Hello, Cancer. Thank you so much for being here. It has been a while since I've seen you. Um, I've had some financial situations happen recently, so I'll have more time on my hands. I'll talk more about that later, maybe, but for now, that's what I'll say. So soon I'll be posting on here a lot more and streaming more. But, anyways, um, for now, we will be doing your reading for now through the end of October. We will be covering general, love, career, and also I will have a place at the end of the video for you to ask a specific question that we're going to try to get a specific answer for you with a deck that's designed for that, an Oracle deck. And the deck's designed for that. But anyways, so we'll be starting with your general reading with the Final Rose Tarot. Before we get into that, though, I do want to just make a quick note about the astrology. So, just so that we're all aware going into this, currently in retrograde is Uranus, Jupiter, Aries, Chiron, Neptune, Saturn, Pluto, and as of the time and day recording this and uploading this, Mercury is in retrograde. That will only last for a couple more days though, so most of this reading shouldn't be affected by that. I skipped through to the middle of October, which is as far as this website lets me go, and I don't see anything else going in retrograde, right? Yeah, I don't see anything else going retrograde. Wow, Luna moves really fast. Where is Luna? Why does it move so fast? Anyways, I'm really curious as to if or when Venus will go retrograde, but anyways, let's go ahead and do your reading today, Cancer. Let's see. What general messages do we have for Cancer? Oh my. It fell in a way where we're not going to read that. I will look at what they are, though, just in case. Okay. What general messages do we have for Cancer for now through the end of October? Oh, I have some strawberry lemonade over here I'll be drinking throughout the video, because of how long I've been recording and will be recording today. Okay, what general messages do we have for Cancer for now through the end of October? Okay. We seem to have pretty good things. There's one thing that I am slightly concerned about, but we will get some clarification cards for things like that. Anyways, we start out here with the Three of Flutes, right? Yeah. And that says, here to make friends. So, I actually really like this card. So you might make, or you will be making, it sounds like, as long as you're open to it and put in effort also. It sounds like you'll be making some kind of new connection, probably friendship, but it could be like a business connection or a love connection or something like that as well, since this is general. But yeah, you might be making some new friends or a new friend this month. Let's see. Why is this Three of Flutes card here for Cancer? We have the Four of Roses card, the Mansion. Oh, I see. I feel like there's going to be someone here who is going to be one of those like instant like connections of like, it doesn't necessarily feel romantic with just this, but I guess we'll see when we do the love reading later, or maybe in one of these other cards, who knows. But it does seem like that you're going to make some kind of connection with someone, whether it's in business, friendship, or love, no matter which it is. It does seem like it's going to be one of those like instant, like you instantly get along, you're really good, like it's going to be one of those like you've been best friends in a previous life kind of connections, which is awesome. Or like an instant like you feel at home and comfortable with them also. That's a thing. It doesn't have to be that intense, I guess. It could just be feel comfortable and at home with this person and feel maybe not instantly opening up, but I do feel like you're going to have an easier time opening up with them than you would typically with other people. The next card we have is the Six of Rings. We have quality time. I mean, I feel like that's simply spending time. It could be something else. Let's see. What is the Six of Rings here for Cancer? Card number 10, Destiny. Spending time with someone or on something. And that's basically the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is kind of like a cycle changing and like some kind of new beginning, possibly like a turning point. Actually, it's interesting, one of the words used to describe that is destiny a lot of times, the Wheel of Fortune. But anyways, that clarifies the time card. So, oh, it could be also like when the time is right that happens. I just feel like you have this like really something new is coming in, whatever this is, and it's something you really enjoy or someone you really enjoy. We also have the next card here is the Queen of Roses, the Beauty Queen. The Queen of Roses, that's similar to the Queen of Wands, I believe. However, the Beauty Queen. Let's see. We also have the Ace of Mirrors, fresh meat. I feel like, honestly, like, you feel threatened by someone or something new. Something new or someone new threatens you in a way. And something that keeps standing out to me is in this picture, it says second place on the thing. It almost feels like you came in second place, or you're coming in second place, or you're not some kind of priority, which could lead into the next card, because the next card that we have is the Queen of Mirrors, the bitch. I mean, maybe you feel this way about the other person, but also I could see with that feeling of insecurity, I could see you kind of giving off bitch energy. Let's see, why is the bitch card here? Oh, no, I don't like the way that came out. Why is the bitch card here for Cancer? Why does this doing that? Seven of Flutes, interesting. We have Seven of Flutes, the edit. Now, if this was a tradition, actually no, this is similar to the Seven of Cups, I think, actually. But this isn't similar to it, actually. This is a completely different tarot deck. This is its own thing. The Seven of Flutes, the edit, this almost feels, honestly, to me like someone is like, you know how like sometimes they will like do interviews and they'll edit in a way to make it look like something else is said that actually isn't? It almost feels like something like that's happening, or maybe you feel like something like that's happening, whether it is or isn't. But it feels like you feel like you're getting framed, or maybe someone is trying to frame you, or like make you look bad to make themselves look better. It almost feels like that's happening here with you, which is interesting. Just a second. Okay, sorry, I had to take a vitamin real quick. Okay, so the next card we have is the King of Rings, the Jeweler. Now, this has nothing to do with what the card's about, but honestly, I'm getting this weird intuitive feeling that it almost feels like this that someone's doing, trying to make you look bad or whatever, and like some kind of gain for themselves. It almost feels like they're doing it for some kind of financial gain. What is the King of Rings here for, the Jeweler? I mean, the card itself speaks of like financial security and like a steady income. The Page of Roses, Free Spirit. The Free Spirit, excuse me. So the Page of Roses is similar to the Page of Wands. Kind of. Anyways, so interesting. I mean, something about this card is like inspiration, ideas, and discovery is like common things that I think of with that card. So it kind of makes me wonder if maybe it's asking for you to kind of observe when someone or something like that's happening. It could be to do with the shady stuff that's happening here. It could be something else entirely. But there's something here that you might need to observe, learn more about, and especially if it's that shady stuff happening, that way you're able to better counteract it and not, because they're going to really try to make you look bad. Whoever this is, whatever this is, something is going to be trying to make you look bad. And depending on how you play your cards right, you might end up looking bad in the end, but that depends on how you go about things. I just noticed one of the overall cards. I will show both of the overall cards, and then if needed, we'll clarify them. And I can already promise you, at least this one's going to be clarified. So the first one, though, is the Six of Flutes, Butterflies. This is similar to the Six of Cups. It's supposed to be, kind of, but this is a different energy, I feel like, than I normally would get from Six of Cups. And then the Three of Roses, Next Destination. I feel like there's a couple possibilities here. We'll go over the possibilities, then we'll clarify. Because this is a collective reading, and some of these possibilities might resonate for some people that doesn't resonate for others. With the Butterflies card, it definitely is like feeling that like really into something kind of new, like ooh la la kind of thing, you know. It's like exciting. Butterfly is feeling good. And then the other card here we have is the Three of Roses, the Next Destination, and that kind of makes me think of like possibly moving on from something and moving on to something different, even if it's temporary, or kind of like moving past something even if it's temporary. But also it could be about traveling of some kind. Traveling could affect it, but also it could be like maybe traveling with a person or with people in a situation that might help you more. I don't know what this is exactly. Or actually, I don't know. Let's see. That could be used as leverage too. What is this Three of Roses Next Destination card here for Cancer? Oh. Wonder what travel has to do with this, though. I'm just going to tell you what this means, and you can piece together, I guess, for you, what this has to do with either travel or some kind of change, whether it's moving on or moving past something. So we have number 11, the Hot Seat, which 11 in a normal tarot deck is the Justice card. Yeah, Justice card. Yeah. It almost feels like I wouldn't worry too much, I guess, about this. I mean, definitely be careful. But as long as you're careful, this person's going to look really stupid in the end. And, like, I don't know if you can tell from this picture, but I love it. Like, it's like they feel like they're caught. Like, people know what kind of joke this person is right now. But anyways, yeah, I do feel like that, you know, whatever shady behavior that someone or something's doing to you or towards you, as long as you keep your cool and keep things together, it will end up coming out. And it could have something to do with travel or a change or something like that. Interesting. That was a general reading, though. Generally general. Okay, I think we are going to go ahead and do a love reading now for you. Let's get a drink first. Okay. Oh, wow. That could have been bad. Okay, what love messages do we have for Cancer between now and the end of October? Oh, I forgot to show you. We are going to be using, to start with, the Messages of Love Oracle cards by All Things Intuitive. What messages do we have for love for Cancer for now through the end of October? If there is a person that's on Cancer's mind that they have a crush on, that they're into, someone that Cancer's with, in a relationship, in a love relationship, how does this person feel about Cancer? How does this person feel about Cancer and their connection, possibly, between now and the end of October? Okay. Interesting. That's an interesting way to lay them out. Okay. So we start out here with, and to keep in mind, if you didn't hear me shuffling, some people, I know I skip that sometimes too. So this, I specifically asked how this person feels about you. And maybe how they feel about your connection between now and the end of October. So we start out here with trust. It is safe to trust in this situation. It does seem like this person trusts you. That's good. We have unplug. Working less will help strengthen the relationship, or your relationship. That makes sense. It would give you more time to focus on the relationship if maybe one of you haven't been able to. That's how they feel, though. So maybe they feel like you've been working too much, possibly. Or maybe they feel like you haven't been putting enough effort into the relationship. They could also, like, the way this card's worded, it kind of sounds like it could be about yourself, not you, but, like, so if they feel that way about you, maybe they feel like they're working too much, and it would strengthen the relationship if they stopped working as much. But maybe they're not able to. I mean, everyone has different situations that's going on, so I don't know exactly what their situation is, but maybe they're not able to work less right now. We also have children. Children are important to this partnership. Obviously, this could be exactly what it says. If there's no children involved, though, then it could also be, like, some kind of, like, memory from childhood, or, like, something that happened in one of your childhood. Something like that that could be affecting the relationship, or some kind of innocence like that. Also, we have play hard. Find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. So I feel like, honestly, something intuitively that I get from this card is just interesting. I feel like this person might feel like maybe it does seem like maybe this person's working a lot, maybe you're working a lot, whatever the case is. It does seem like when you are able to have, like, moments together, maybe this person feels like you're either too serious or you're maybe kind of bitchy is the thing that comes to my mind. No offense, that's just what came to my mind. So I feel like that's how this person might be feeling, though. So maybe try to just, savor the moments you do have. Try not to, be naggy, moany, whatever, and kind of just enjoy the moment. And then also here under the deck, we have self-care. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. I think this might be what to do with what I just said a little bit too, of, like, if you're affecting things, try not to drag it into the other person and, like, bring the whole relationship down. Really try to take care of yourself and really, focus on your mental state. And, that doesn't mean obviously that the other person can't be there to help you or whatever, but it does seem like it's very, like Like, you have to be in a good place mentally, I feel like, in some way. Like, maybe you've been doing something really toxic. I don't know. That's a possibility. But some kind of self-care would really improve things. Now we are also going to use this other oracle deck for love. Can you give us some love messages for Cancer between now and the end of October? What is going to be happening? Do you have any advice? What love messages do you have for... Let's cut the deck. What love messages do you have for Cancer between now and the end of October? We actually said that in the other reading too. That's funny. I don't know. I don't feel like I need to pull that actually. At first I did, and then maybe I just needed to see it or something. I'm not sure. Anywho, we start out here with pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So there may be some kind of red flag. This could vary depending on the person, but definitely make sure you're being observant and paying attention to that. We also have let your friends help you. Ask for and accept for support from others. Obviously, this doesn't help as much if, like, friends aren't going to be honest. Like, in that sense of, like, it's always really good to, like, have a friend that you can go to and ask, like, what do you think about the situation? And they're going to be honest and tell you exactly how it looks from an outside perspective. That's, I feel like, exactly what you need. Yeah, and then under the deck here, it's funny that this came out because we was talking about something like this with the other oracle deck. We have let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. I think sometimes you can't force things. Sometimes you have to just let it unfold when it unfolds. Okay. I think we are going to be using this now for your career reading. Oh. Okay. What career messages do you have for Cancer between now and the end of October? What career messages do you have for Cancer between now and the end of October? Career messages do you have for Cancer? Okay, you want that to come out too. That, like, was interesting the way they did that. Okay, so career. I don't think that we're going to clarify any of these, if I am honest. I think we're going to kind of just go with what's here because I did pull more overall cards than I normally would. Anyways, honestly, I read intuitively, and that's what I feel like I need to do. You know? Okay, anyways. We start here with the Strength card. So there's something that you're going to have to kind of endure and hold on through. Like, have strength to get through something here. I also think that there's something about, like, maybe with that card, some kind of, like, influence, like influencing someone or someone influencing you. I feel like it's probably you influencing someone else, though. Or it could be maybe that you need something to happen and someone's going to influence someone for you to help you out. Because persuasion's like a card that a word that often comes to mind with the Strength card as well. The next card here we have is the Page of Pentacles. This is a card about manifesting, thinking about what you want and then manifesting that, and thinking about, like, skill development to get to where you want. Like, is there some skill that you could get that would either strengthen your chances at getting where you want or actually make it possible to get to where you want if it's not currently? And thinking about, like, don't overwhelm yourself with that. Like, do a little bit at a time. Like, let's say you need skill A. No, let's say you need skill D to get to where you want. Okay, well, instead of being like, okay, I need to get skill D, focus on skill A, B, and C leading up to the D. You know what I mean? So like focus on like what you need to lead up to it. Don't focus on the all too much at once because it can get overwhelming then. Focus on like each individual bit, like each individual skill and step that could be required. And it might not just be a skill, it might be like actions you need to take for something as well, for some kind of new opportunity, because this is about manifesting. Like, what do you want to manifest? What small steps can you take to help that? Oh, wow. We also have the Empress card. So typically with the Empress card, I think oftentimes about like growth and fertility, which fertility is similar to growth. But oftentimes I often forget, and it's important to remember that this card can be about like beauty and like feminine qualities as well. So it's also important to think about like being more graceful or serene, or being like more delicate about how you approach something, being a little bit more calm, being a little bit more gentle. We also have the Two of Wands card here, which we've had this a lot actually. This is a general theme through some of these other things. I mean, this is a card about future planning, planning out the future, recognizing the progress you have made. Think about, where was I a year ago? What, you've probably made progress in the last year, whether it's in the direction you want or whether it's in acquiring new skills or whatever. And there also could be some decisions with the Two of Wands as well. A lot of times Two of Wands will have two paths to go on. This card doesn't have that, but there is still two decisions. Like, do you want to hold on to this pole or do you want to hold on to this pole? Which one do you feel like is going to be more beneficial? It's kind of like deciding that path, like some kind of decision for a path needs made or something possibly. Overall, we have the Knight of Cups. And this is that like alluringness, creative, being really creative. Think about, I feel like a lot of you with skills, we've talked about enhancing skills a lot throughout this, like maybe some kind of skill, whatever you could do to appear more creative to people, some kind of skill you could do that maybe would enhance that. I feel like, just think about that, because I feel like some of you might have that. Some of you, I mean, sex appeal is also always a thing that people sometimes would use to advance their career, and that is a possibility here, absolutely. If that is something that you would be interested in doing. We do also have the Ten of Cups here as an overall. So, I mean, we don't really have anything too negative in this card. It's kind of, this reading in general so far has all been about, like, focusing on, like, where the future is going, and it doesn't really seem like anything negative, like, super negatives, necessarily, like, even if it is happening, it's not important. Like, what's really important, oh my god, we've talked about self-improvement and stuff, and I just seen what the next card was. I don't normally look at the overall cards until the end because I like connecting them as I read them. That's so funny. Well, the Ten of Cups, though, that is about, I feel like with this, it's more about, I mean, like really peaceful, blissful connections. It could also be about like really aligning values with other people and like aligning like thoughts and like really just, it's like the ultimate connection, really, especially in like a love reading. It'd be the ultimate connection, but this is, career. So think about that ultimate connection that'd be in a love connection, and think about that in a career. Not that you're going to fall in love with someone in your career, but like you could fall in love with the job in that way, or fall in love with something to do that could involve money in that way. We also have, and this could be a case for a lot of you too, with developing skills here. let's say you want to make something that you enjoy making, maybe, or you're interested in making. Learn how to do it. Buy the stuff and the side to do it and get better at it. And then once you feel like you're at a skill level to where you can do that as a job, maybe that's an option for a lot of you. Because we do have this self-fulfillment here and this self-sustainability and kind of this self-growth. I also feel like that could also be a lot about like financial independence and kind of like breaking free from like something if you're dependent on someone else financially. That could be like a thing. Like really, just, like there's just so much here about focusing on like working on some kind of skill. Because there's something that you would be really good at doing if you just put more effort and time into it. Like even better at doing it, even if you are already good. You know what I mean? So that is your career messages. Now we will go ahead and pull some answer oracle cards. I would like for you to go ahead and think of a specific question that you would like an answer to. I am going to pull 3 cards out of this deck. Card number 1, 2, and 3. We'll get to that. You'll choose whatever you feel intuitively drawn to. While I'm shuffling, go ahead and think about what kind of question or what answer or question you'd like to ask. And then right before I flip them, I do have one more thing to say about it. So let's go ahead and do this. Here, guys, I'm going to pull 3 cards here for Cancer. Please help me answer something that is on Cancer's mind about their life. Meditation brings answers popped out, so all of you might need to hear that. Their life for now through the end. No. Oh. I hope that didn't show on camera. Okay. Well, anyways. I do want to know, before we flip these over, there are going to be several types of questions or answers that we might get out of here. There are cards in this deck like yes, no, a week from now, a month from now, think about a different direction. There's things like romance. So if we flip these over and you don't have a direct answer to your question, or you don't feel like it answers your question, then that's the universe's way of saying that you're not meant to know that. And don't stretch it to make it answer your question. If it doesn't answer your question, it doesn't answer your question. If you're not meant to know, you're not meant to know. So, card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. Which one do you feel most drawn to, Cancer? Okay, card number 1. We have a year from now. I've probably pulled this card before, but I don't remember it. Oh, I was like, what's in this picture? That's a globe they're all looking at. I was worried for a second. Anyways, the second card, we did see something about this in the career reading at least. We had helpful people. So maybe someone might help you with something someone might be helpful in it. You might need some kind of assistance. And then card number 3, we have take action. I would be considerate as to what action you take. Like, for example, just make sure that you're doing smart action and not just hasty, what's the word I'm looking for? Hasty, impulsive action, but definitely be thoughtful about how you do that. Anywho, I think that might be it for today's video. Thank you so much for being here, Cancer. Again, I would like to say I do stream on tarot, or on Twitch, I do tarot on Twitch. I also do games, and I am learning German, so occasionally I'll stream that. I would really appreciate it if you'd follow me on there. financial situations have been interesting. So every follow, view, like, all that stuff definitely counts and helps a lot. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. I hope that you have a wonderful October. We get to experience spooky season. Instead of thinking about how winter is coming after, just appreciate the fall that we have now and how it is just so beautiful outside and all this wonderful energy in the air. Anyways, thank you so much for being here, Cancer. I really appreciate you, and I will see you at least next month, maybe before then. We'll see. Bye.